Hi. I've not done one of these for a while, but recently I got a couple new subscribers, so I thought it's time to make some more videos if people are paying attention to what I'm doing. So in this video, what I'm going to be doing is downgrading Sharuum. That's right, not upgrading, downgrading. And you might ask, why the hell would I do that? And the easy answer is money. So Sharuum is an artifact combo deck. The main combo is Infinite Theft with Memnarch or Infinite Rockets with Rocket Launcher, infinite damage. And recently I acquired the 3 dual lands that I need for Sharuum. And then I got to thinking, I've not played it with the dual lands yet, got to thinking that's quite a bit of money in the deck. And it feels like I'm buying a win. So what is how to do is I'm going to take out these 3 dual lands, replace them with other lands. One of the main reasons is because I have this in the deck. An authentic original Misha's Workshop. That alone is now 2,000 euros. And these kind of cards are no longer symbols of somebody that's been in the game for a while and just managed to collect and hold over time. They're now a symbol of players with disposable income that can spend money on the game. Money to upgrade their decks, tune them until they scream, and in general, the feeling is buying a win. Because most people just financially can't keep up with this sort of thing. Now the dual lands, okay, so they're just mana fixing. Okay, on the surface, yes. But as I said, they've gone beyond that. They're now a symbol of disposable income, symbol of somebody that can afford to really tune their decks. So I'm going to take these out. I'm not taking out the workshop. I just like it too much. Some other cards I have, okay, so City of Brass. This version is worth some money, but nobody really knows, nobody really cares, because City of Brass is it's just reprinted in Double Masters. You can get a City of Brass for about 5 euros, maybe 10 euros. Fetch lands. Okay, the original fetch lands are kind of expensive, but they just reprinted the off-color fetch lands, and fetch lands could be had for easily 15-20 euros. So that's not really buying a win. The rest of my mana base is pretty much standard. Okay, so I have a foil Thespian Stage. Not worth a whole lot. Non-foil, worth nothing. The second printing of the shock lands. Okay, so a foil, full art, Academy of Ruins. This isn't in and of itself is like City of Brass. It's worth a bit, but one can easily acquire an Academy of Ruins for 10-15 euros. Maybe a bit more. I haven't checked the price in a while. Vault of the Archangel, Bajuka Bog. So pretty much standard. Pretty much normal, and what one may expect in a player of any financial means to build. So for the downgrade, I'm going to be putting in these 3 lands. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, which, okay, so I was really, actually let me start here. Prairie Stream. Okay, so that just replaces Tundra. Sure, it might come into play tapped, might not. I can still find it with a fetch land. Sunken Ruins, kind of a 1-for-1 for the Underground Sea, same restrictions. Maybe to come into play tapped, maybe to slow me down, maybe not. And then back to Urborg. So I thought I would put in Temple of the False God, and then I was on Reddit, and I got onto a thread where they're discussing how Temple of the False God is a bad card. I'd never really considered it before. But the arguments were basically because if you think of it as a land, if you count it in your 36 to 38 lands, A lot of times you're going to be disappointed because Temple of the False God will produce nothing until you have 4 of the lands. So it's kind of a trap. And then somewhere in the thread somebody said, just play Urborg. So I thought, why not? Why not just play Urborg? So with Mishra's Workshop, if I have Urborg in play, I can still tap it for 1 black. I'm no longer restricted to only getting 3 colorless that I can only use to cast artifacts. Keep in mind, Mishra's Workshop will not let you do anything else. With the mana, you cannot activate an artifact, cannot do anything but cast them. So let's go ahead and take these out. Underground Sea. Now this one's in really good condition, and I got lucky. A friend of mine, he had an Underground Sea, this one, signed, and it was in a bit worse condition than the one I had, unsigned. So we traded straight across. I was really happy with that. He doesn't care about signatures. I do. I love having signed cards. The Underground Sea will probably go into Phoenix. This Tundra is likely going to go into my Rafika the Many Enchantress deck, where Rafik sometimes has trouble getting his colors because I don't have a lot of searched out land cards. I don't have Cultivate, I don't have Kodama's Reach, I don't have Skyshard Claim. I don't have any of those. Scrubland, this will go into Edgar. Edgar, being Mardu colors, has trouble getting the lands, so the extra dual lands will be beneficial. Right now Edgar already has a plateau, so of course I'm going to need to buy a Badlands to complete the trifecta for Edgar. So Sharuum has now been downgraded. The other thing I want to do is put these in. I just acquired these. Now I don't know if you can see it. So this, the word artifact is crisp, clear, or so a signet, crisp, clear. These two, the names and the card type, are not crisp and clear. It's like a slight offset in the printing. I don't know if it's an authentic misprint and would be more valuable as such to a misprint collector, or if it's just a secret layer screw up from Wizard of the Coast. I really don't know. If anybody wants to hit me in the comments, let me know. I'd appreciate it. And if it is a misprint, I would be happy to trade those for crisp and clear cards, because the appearance of the cards is very important to me. Alright, so what am I going to take off for the signets? Let's go to the easy deduction. So the easy deduction is going to be Welding Jar. Welding Jar is kind of a placeholder. I don't really need it in the deck. I put it in here when I took something else out. I cannot remember exactly what it was. So, right, so there's the rocket launcher. That's one of the infinite combo possibilities this deck has. Of course, I have to wait a turn, untap it, use it. I already passed the Welding Jar, didn't I? And I didn't pay attention. There it is, so that comes out for a signet. Now for the hard part. Anybody that's an experienced Commander deck builder knows it's always tough. It's always a bit of a struggle sometimes to decide what to take out. What among these cards that I've painstakingly acquired, pored over, and thought about, should I take out for the signet? Maybe the Thran Dynamo? Okay, that's a possibility. Spellskite, I have that in here to protect my other artifact creatures, so that needs to stay. Ethereum Sculptor makes the deck run smoother. Tezzeret, Agent of Bolas, Memnarch. Okay, the other combo piece, so obviously he has to stay. Can't really steal everything with Memnarch if I don't have Memnarch. Spine of Isha. Very useful in this deck. Beacon of Risk. Counter Squall. Thran Portal Gateway. Okay, this helps me get those more expensive artifacts down faster. I just like her. I always love that art. And she's very useful in this deck. Smothering Ties, same thing. Padim. Gives my artifacts hexproof. Sometimes I get the card, sometimes I don't. Karn, he's part of the combo. The combo is, what I would do is use specifically Gilded Lotus, Karn, turn the Gilded Lotus into an artifact creature. Then tap that, and there's a lot of cards I have to have in play to make this work. So tap the Gilded Lotus for 3. Spend 2, untap target artifact creature, untap Gilded Lotus, tap Gilded Lotus for 3, net 1, spend 2, untap Gilded Lotus, and so on and on and on, basically netting infinite mana, which if it's Gilded Lotus, I can spend it as blue, run it through Memnarch, steal everything at instant speed, where my opponents really can't do anything about it. With Rocket Launcher, same thing, except I'm blasting infinite rockets at everybody. So what else should I take out? Relic Portal. So this is good to, if one of my opponents has no mana, I can bounce one of their creatures, it may be a problem, or I can bounce one of my creatures that I want to save or reuse for any reason. Copper Gnomes. Something I just like. Wormfoil Engine, do I need that? Darksteel Forge, definitely like having that in the deck. Filigree Angel. So she's quite nice. It comes into play, gain 3 life for each artifact I control. So very useful. Actually, I could probably take out... I want to keep the Burnished Heart because it puts those lands onto the battlefield. Maybe I can take out... Oh, where is it? Platinum Angel? Do I need her? With all the removal running around, maybe she's not the best thing to have. Okay, so let's set her here. So where did the... I thought I had... Oh, what the hell is it called? Of course, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. 2 Cast and Gust artifact. 1, sacrifice it. Search a library for 2 basic land cards, put them in your hand. Armillary Sphere. So apparently I do not have Armillary Sphere, and I was thinking I could take that out because it puts the lands into my hand, not into play, but I don't have that. So I'm thinking now, Thran Dynamo, Platinum Angel, maybe those will come out. But let's take a look. So Tezzeret lets me find artifacts. Memnarch's part of the combo. That destroys things. That gets something back. Counters a spell. Puts expensive artifacts into play. Bounces artifacts so I can switch it for something else. Creates treasure. Something about this deck, it's very blue hungry. Last time I played it, even before I got the dual lands, I noticed I need a lot of blue. So that was one of the justifications I made to myself to put the dual lands into play, or into the deck. Karn, part of the combo. Copy something. Rocket Launcher, secondary combo. Hex Parasite. This is my Planeswalker killer, so I want to keep him into play. Keep him in the deck, rather. Voltaic Key, very useful here. Monk's Opal. Definitely want to keep that. Baleful Strix. Keep that. Memory Jar. helps me get more lands, or more cards down. Ristic Study, same thing, helps me get more cards. Access Gear Hulk. So another creature. Let's keep him. Codex Shredder. Return target card. So I have no other way of getting my, if I need a counterspell back, if I want to recycle it, I have no other way of getting it back. So let's keep him. Junk Diver. He has to go to the graveyard. Maybe Junk Diver. Tiberius Protection saves me from something for one turn. Arkham Dagson. Sacrifice an artifact creature in exchange for something else. Maybe I should take him out just on the principle. Search for an artifact creature card. Lets me draw more cards. Play the top card of my library. Expedition Map. Sacrifice it. That'll help me find the workshop. This will help me take care of creatures. Soul Ring, open the vaults. Nice surprise. Part of the combo. Slows my opponents down. If I don't have the Gilded Lotus, I can use this with the rocket launcher. So that's why Basalt Monolith is in here. Counterspell, the Gilded Lotus, of course. Erratic Portal. Copper Gnomes. Sacrifice it, choose an artifact card. Keep that. Forge, Angel, Heart, Chromatic Lantern. This helps me get the blue, so I kind of need it. And then, of course, the other combo is just Disciple of Vault, Sharuum, and Friction Metamorph. Infinite damage. Elixir of Mortality. It's a way of stopping somebody from Bojuga bogging me. Disallow. Fantastic counterspell. If I need to Bojuga bog somebody else and I don't have the bog, I can not only use this, I can recycle it. Find artifacts and untap artifacts. Kind of necessary. Metalworker. Yeah. Scarecrow. Turn artifact card. Devil's Disc. Fantastic for the Darksteel Forge. This guy is fantastic. I almost always have 3 more artifacts. I'm always drawing 2 cards off him. So keep him. Meta Rock, Unwinding Clock, and Rajmir. Alright. So I'm going to pause this before my camera shuts off. Take out 2 of these. I'm not sure which 2. And start another video where I run through a few test hands and see how it goes. See you then.